Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. Bird's a word. Oh, well, a bird, bird, bird. Bird is a word. Oh, well, a bird, don't you know?
Hello there, this is Birdman 316. We are out here this morning with the Hubsan H501C. We are reviewing the battery that's inside of it. It's made by yoyl. It's the 2700 milliamp hour battery. I think it's 20C, I'm not positive, but the stock battery that comes in this is 10C. I don't think it'll hurt the ESCs or the board or anything because I already ran the other one in my S model. And she's still alive to tell about it and everything's good. It seemed like the other one discharged a little bit faster than the stock one, being a 20C on the yoyl battery. But we're gonna see with this one. We're gonna fly this one, we're gonna take some photos, we might take a little video. We're gonna fly this until it lands itself. But once the lights start flashing and whatnot, we're going to have it close by, so in case the other one landed wherever it felt like it, but it's a good thing I kept it close. But we got 12 satellites. We're going to arm the motors, and we're going to lift off with the Hubsan H501C carrying the yoyl battery pack. Here we go, arming the motors. Motor's armed, and we're going to lift off, and we're going to do a GPS lock test. I just felt a little sprinkle from a weird cloud over there, but hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, there's a lonely cloud over there. It's kind of trying to peel on me a little bit, but it's just a little sprinkle. I don't think it hurt anything. She seems to be holding GPS very well. She's locked in good. It's a little breezy. The breeze is kind of messing with the barometer a little bit. We're going to lift up a little bit higher. We're going to start a video, a very short video, because this camera's kind of weird anyway. This camera on this one, it's weird. It cuts itself off and it does weird stuff, and it just, I don't know. I need to just come off for $40 to get me a new camera module and just be done with it and install the new camera module and everything will be alright. Okay, we're going to start the video. Wow, look at that. You see that? That wind is, woo! That wind's messing with her a little bit, so we're going to keep her kind of close. We're not going to go too high with her or too far with her. No, I didn't start the video. I didn't hold it down long enough. There we go. There we go. Video is started. We're going to go out, and we're going to go up a little bit more. And we're just going to fly around till the LVC lights come on. Need to keep it over this way a little bit, because if we look that way, the sun will blind us. It was pretty cloudy out here earlier. Let me lift up a little bit more. I'm yawning instead. Let me get up a little bit more. There we go. Make sure I clear those trees over there. Now let me turn this way a little bit, or turn that way a little bit. This little girl is good for like 385 meters. I tried to open the transmitter up last night and look around in there, but the transmitter wouldn't come open. It has 3 screws holding it together. I didn't want to go prying anything apart or risk tearing anything up trying to get in there to find out where that little antenna wire is. So I decided, well, I'm just going to let this ride. I'm not going to worry about it. No need in risking breaking anything just to find antenna wire. So I just closed it back up. Well, then it never opened up anyway. Just put the screws back in and didn't worry about it. So I'm not worried about it. It's okay. I mean, I can see those neon. Let me let her sit here for a minute. She's sitting right there. I'm going to stop this video so that hopefully it'll make sure that we had the video. One long press and it beeps once. We're sitting on 12 satellites. We're 21 meters away from ourselves. We're 20 meters high, but this screen, it cycles. It shows you how high you are, how far out you are, and there's a third number. I'm not really sure what that means, but if I read the instruction manual, it might tell me, or look at some more YouTube videos. But anyway, yeah, she's holding her own in that wind. I am going to yaw around this way a little bit. You see those, well, you can't see them on the camera, but I can see them. Those neon red stripes on the front arms. That is a good thing to do on any bird. Just put some stripes on the arms, or put some kind of markings on the front of it so that you can have better orientation. You can have better ways of seeing which way is the front. Now, I've had her out far enough that I couldn't see that neon, and you had to go with the quadcopter 101 method by pushing forward on your pitch roll stick and then seeing which way it's going, and then turning the yaw and then bringing it back that way. But as long as you don't get out there too far, you can go by those arms. You can go by your color markings, your color orientation, coordination, and everything. Whatever you call it, orientation something. But anyway, let's take some photos while we are 29 meters in the air. That's one short press of the photo video button over here on the left. Now this transmitter is also the very same transmitter that comes with the Hubsan 502E. Now this should have called it the 502C because this one's a 501C, and this transmitter is for that bird. Now the S model has the big transmitter with your on-screen display, your FPV and all that stuff. Now they have a deluxe model, which is a pro model, and they say that that transmitter is not really made for that bird, so they say to stay away from it, and I did stay away from it. I got the standard transmitter, and I've had nothing but good luck, good flights, everything. I've never updated anything on this one or my other one. No firmware updates, no funny business, nothing like that. So I just fly them stock out of the box. Not a problem. Now the other one, the range on it, I got up to about 448 meters. I think one of the reasons I had some rechargeable batteries in the transmitter, and those rechargeable batteries are only fully charged 1.2 volts per cell. So I put a tarantula style battery on the back of it, velcroed it on there, and plugged into the JST connection in the battery bay in the transmitter, and I had nothing but all good bars all the way across. Now I haven't done a range test on it with the LiPo tarantula style battery yet. I will do that sometime soon. Let me go up a little bit more, and I think I will fly off in this direction. There's no voltage readings. Well, there is a little picture of a battery on here. We are at 3 bars. It doesn't actually have a number of voltage. Now the S model gives you the number of your volts, as well as a little battery symbol like this one does. But this is a more basic transmitter, and the other one is more of a deluxe model type transmitter with the FPV. Now you can run alkaline batteries in it, but that FPV screen and all that stuff, the GPS inside the transmitter, it eats batteries like they're nothing. So they always say it's better to put a LiPo battery on the other one. Now this one right here is a basic transmitter. It does not eat batteries like the other one does. So I've got alkalines in this one. I've had these alkalines in this one for a good while. And I checked the voltage last night, and the voltage is sitting on 1.41 right now. And once it gets probably down to 1.40 or 1.39, I will take those batteries out of this transmitter and retire them. Well, temporarily retire them. I'll find something else for them to do. I would rather have, I feel better with my voltage being at least no less than 1.4 each cell for alkaline batteries inside this transmitter right here. Or any of the toy grade quads also. Let's bring her down a little closer in altitude. There we go. Bring her down this way. We're flying to speed number 1 for video. Well, this doesn't really... Let's press this button right here. This is speed number 2. Let's bring her yaw this way, and I'm going to do a full pitch. See how she... Well, you can't really see. Let me bring her down a little more. Very slowly bring her down a little more. I noticed something I'm going to show you guys also. I'm trying to... It's always best to have full pitch forward or something when you're coming down. I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. That's preventing vortex ring state. But I come down slow enough to where it wouldn't really do it. Now I want you guys to see something right quick. Let me get over this way a little more. Okay, check this. Okay, we're in speed number 2. I'm going to nail it. And I want you to see what it's going to do. The GPS holds it back. Check this out. Full pitch forward. Boom, wide open. You see it kind of tame down and slow down a little bit? That's full pitch, wide open in speed number 2. The GPS slows it down. I guess it knows in the flight controls that is a camera bird, and it's not really meant to be hot rodded around and stuff. Let's bring it down a little lower and get a nice in your face shot. Bring it around this way right here. You see those neon stripes on the arms there. She's right above us. Now there's supposed to be a way to cut these lights off. Did a reverse pull away. That's pretty neat. There's supposed to be a way to cut these LEDs off, make them blink, or have them solid. And yes, Birdman forgot how to do that. I'm going to put it back in speed number 1 because even in speed number 2, see, I just did a full wide open pitch takeoff and it calmed down. But that's the nature of the beast. It's just, it's programmed like that in the control board and you can't do anything about it. But that's fine with me, it's not a problem. Let's take some more photos here while we're waiting on this battery to run down. I'm gonna raise up a little bit. I'm gonna fly over towards that cluster of trees over there, which the other week I just about parked the bugs in that end one. She sliced through the leaves and everything. I got lucky. I got really lucky. I'm gonna fly over here. I'm gonna take a close-up photo of these trees over here. Take a photo that way. Y'all back around this way here to the right. Take another photo. And now let's see, the battery symbol is down to 1 bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower my altitude. And I'm going to fly around close. Because I'm not sure if this is going to try to come back home and land, or is it going to just land wherever it chooses. Once the battery gets down to a certain level on the LVC, I'm going to bring her back over this way a little bit so I can see the lights better, because my battery symbol is down to 1 bar. And I would love to have this close by, because if you're flying out somewhere, let's say you're flying over a lake or something, just getting some footage, taking some photos and all. This battery gets down to a certain level, it don't care where it's at. You can be flying over a forest, you can be flying over a lake. This thing the size of land, it don't care where you are, it's going to land. In the trees, in the water. So always be aware of your LVC lights. It's always good to time your flights. Always check your battery voltage, telemetry, your symbols, and everything on your transmitter. Just keep an eye on everything, because you don't want... Well, this one here was $130 on sale on GearBest earlier this spring. Now they're like $160. 160, 175, depending on where you look, depending on where you buy them from. But even if this one was to blow up today or tomorrow, I wouldn't have a problem coming off $175 more or whatever, buying another one just like it, because this is a nice bird right here. Other than the camera quirkiness, the camera acting up, goofing up, it's not all of them. It just happens to be my unit. It happens to be weird. But it's just, you know, stuff happens. Nothing is guaranteed to work forever. And it's just one of them things. We still have blue strobes up front, and we still have red strobes in the back. That's the stock blinky blink 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 of this bird. Now the S model, it blinks pink in the front and green in the back. But when the LVC comes on, the first stage, you'll see a red flash in the back. And then it alternates back to the green. But then, once it's critical level, down the way, hey, land me now, bring me home, land me. Oh no, mine! There's a guy asking about the bird here. He asked me, did I get it from Walmart? No, this one didn't come from Walmart. Let's take a photo here. Do another one. There we go. We're still at 1 bar. Now when the other one did the same thing, it went to 1 bar. It seemed to last a little bit longer. Now I stopped the video on the other one at 17 minutes. A little bit past 17 minutes. And it still stayed up for 5 more minutes. I just wanted to save the video from the other one to keep it from getting corrupted and all that bad stuff. You notice a lot of people say all that good stuff. No, it's not nothing good about your video being corrupted, especially if you have nice footage. So it's always best to end your video before your battery is totally depleted, or you'll have no video. And we're still having blue flashing up front and red flashing in the back, and we're keeping her close by. I know this review is about the battery, but we got to talk about other things too. We got to talk about other things while the battery is doing its thing and running the bird, and keep eye on your telemetry, which we still got 1 little bar on the battery, but we're going to fly this baby till she runs out and lands or do whatever she does, you know. But we're going to keep it within reasonable range to do such. Temperature is climbing just a little bit, but we're going to be alright. Let's take a picture of this thing over here. Let me get up a little bit higher, because the camera is angled down a little bit. Take a picture of this bush, this whatever that thing is. I remember back in the winter of last year, I forgot that thing was there. I was flying one of my Andromeda omnis birds, and I actually parked it in the bush. I parked it in the bush. It stopped all of a sudden. I thought, what happened here? What did I hit? So naturally, if you crash, you kill the throttle. So they won't burn your motors out. So I walked over there and I said, oh man, I hit this bush over here. That's crazy. So, didn't hit it anymore because I raised my altitude up a little bit and then continued to fly sporty and fast and crazy and all that good stuff. But you don't want to be flying fast and crazy and all that stuff around people. You don't want to fly around people because you don't never know. Anything can happen with these birds. A prop can break, fly apart, which I've had it done. I've had it happen. Props can fly apart, they can break, anything can happen. Speed control, motor can fail, anything. That's why the FAA says do not fly these around crowds, do not fly these over people, because anything can happen. And as a responsible quad pilot, I abide by all the suggestions and rules and regulations and whatnot. That wind is really getting to her. Look at that. The wind's coming from my face. But what I'm going to do before this battery is totally depleted, I'm going to step over here, yaw back around this way a little bit. No, that way. I'm going to lower the altitude. You're going to see how this is leaning into the wind. Okay, here we go. You see the quad leaning sideways, and the barometer is being affected by the wind, of course. When the wind starts blowing, it's going to lean sideways. And she's facing us. That's not really a good idea to do that, because if the prop was to break, the blade could fly off and hit you in the face, and that's not good. So I raised altitude a little bit. I mean, we're at full pitch. I mean, this is the perfect speed for any video bird. Let me get this altitude up a little bit so I can see her better, because when you're low altitude, the black bird there, see, okay, check this out. I'm gonna park her right here. I'm gonna aim her at us, and I'm gonna lower the altitude. We're right there in front of that tree there. We're in the sky anyway, but we're against the blue sky, gray sky, or whatever. Okay, check this out. You lower that altitude, guess what? You can't see that bird good. So this one here, being that it's black and you're flying under the tree line, you better be really careful, because you can't see it. You can see that red a little bit up front, but you can't see it. Now, when you raise altitude and you're flying up in the sky, you know, white sky, gray sky, whatever color sky, blue sky, you can see it better. But when you lower the altitude and get below tree line, you best be really careful of your location and where you are. There are no battery bars at all now on my transmitter, and I still don't have any LVC lights. That is pretty wild. I've never flown this one to where it becomes complete LVC yet. This is the very first time, because I'm testing this battery, this yoyl 2700 milliamp battery, and there's a lady on Facebook, I think she's a representative of the company. I think the voltage is getting lower, Yeah, I'm raising up, and she's still coming down. Yeah. She wouldn't do any more. But I never got no LVC warning, though. Everything is still flashing blue up front and red in the back. But you noticed I was raising the throttle, and when I let go, she wouldn't hold. She came down anyway. So this doesn't really have any LVC warning. It's just you just gotta watch your time and set you a stopwatch or something, or a timer, and do it like that. You notice that when I did raise the throttle, she did raise up a little bit, but she came right back down. So if you're flying over water, you better have your timer, and you better be safely home or close by. And plus, it's not really good to do barriers like that, but you can do that one time with them. Okay, this is Birdman 316, and this has been a review of the yoyl 2700 milliamp battery, and thanks to Mandy Zhang on Facebook for supplying these batteries for me to review. Thanks a whole bunch, Mandy. This is Birdman 316. Sayonara.